Everybody has had days like those.
Decker was
Good
captured.
morning,
Again.
Deckard.
Let's make sure he can walk.
Beautiful.
Let him catch his breath. But don't dally. They'll notice our intrusion soon.
Come along, Deckard. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my thoughts on, and today we are having a look at invisible ink, which has nothing to do with invisible ink in pens. No apologies for that pun. My name is Atratzu, and today we're going to have a look at Invisible Ink, a game developed by Klei Entertainment and was released on Steam May 2015. At this time, I've played a total of 24 hours, and I definitely have the gist of the game. I've played a lot of different game modes, and I am mediocre at this game at best. Well, I feel mediocre. This is one of those games that's definitely difficult, and as you play through the game, you learn how to get better at it. Just like for my experiences with Don't Starve. The more you play the game, the better you get, and that's just the way it is. So, let's just jump right into a game, shall we? Let's start a new game, and rather than play the tutorial, which I would recommend you do when you jump in case there's anything that you may forget, the tutorial is very good at explaining the core concept of the game. I say we just jump into the campaign, though. So you have a bunch of different choices for what you want to do. You've got the different difficulties: beginner, experienced, expert, expert plus, endless, endless plus, time attack, custom. So I have done all of these modes. Well, I haven't played expert mode because I know I'm not good enough for that. But I have done expert plus. I think I did it. Yeah, I did expert plus. I tried to get an achievement and I failed miserably. I have also done endless. I've done beginner. I think I tried to do experienced. Yeah, I beat the game on beginner difficulty, and then I moved to experienced difficulty, and all heck broke loose on the final level, and I was not able to succeed. I completely failed for it. I was gonna save that for this video, but I didn't because I wanted to get the experience to unlock additional characters, and I've unlocked all the characters. I'm sorry, I can't show you that anymore. But we can jump in on beginner because that'll make it easier for me to. I feel judged if I do beginner. We'll do experienced. Okay, no, we're not. Nope, not watching this. So as you can see, I have all except for these two characters unlocked. So maybe we'll be able to fail and see what it costs to unlock those. This is the default start out that you have. You have Decker and you have International. International?
International.
So yeah, there you go. International. That's the way you say it. Whoops. And then these are the upgraded versions you get, which have different perks, which you may or may not want. We're not going to play around with them. We're going to stick with the basic one because actually, I don't even know if I like a refurbished revolver. I like the modded cloaking rig. I like that cloaking rig. It's gotten me through some really good times. And then you normally start out with, let's see here, you start out with Fusion and Lockpick 1.0. But as you play through the game and as you get experience, you unlock additional programs that you can use. But let's just stick with the basic stuff that you start out with. Sound good. Let's begin. So you jump in. I'm ready. Got it. That's the backstory for the game.
Operator,
I may at one point want to cover this in an Atratzu review, but for now, we're able to get to it much faster with an unscripted video just talking about my thoughts and my experiences with this game. And boy, do I have a lot. For only playing 24 hours, I feel that I have experienced so much in this game. It has frustrated me to no end. So, this is the hub map. There's nothing you can do in your first visit here. I don't think you can. Whoops. Those are my Steam achievements. Don't judge me. Yeah, there's nothing you can do here right now. After your first mission, you're able to buy things, upgrades, choose which mission you want to do. We'll do this one. So there are different icons for like the different missions. This is the executive terminal mission. So we got to go find an executive for this. Yay, loading screen. Any second now. Loads have been really fast on my particular computer. So this is what you see when you jump into the game. Get out of my face. Get out of my face. So what I like to do, again, like I would learn with a program, is I hit T to lower the walls, because walls get in the way. So, this is, what's the wording for this type of game? 2D, because it's in a 2D plane, but it's a 3D isometric camera. It's very similar to XCOM in its controls and what you do and how you control it. Let's just start with the basics rather than trying to get into the terminology. Definitely leave a comment if you can help me out with that one, because this angle always confuses me, because it's 3D, because it's in 3D space-ish, but it's also 2D on a plane, because it's a plane inside of boxes. Sorry, getting carried away. So, what to start with? Let's start with the characters themselves. So, you click on a character, you left click to select a character, and then you right click to move. So he moves there, we can move there, or we could decide to move over here, clicking and dragging. And if you block the way, so if we had another character and we tried to move him or her through here, they couldn't, because your characters are body blocking the route. So that is something important to keep in mind. So AP up here, I never actually looked that up. I'm pretty sure that's ability points. This is your energy on your character, because it's a turn-based game. As you move around and do different actions, it will cost you ability points. Once you're out of ability points, then there's nothing else that you can do. Now, we're going to park this guy here, and we're going to move on to the next one. So if you look at the user interface around here, you got the top right, turn 1, day 1, experience, difficulty, FTM, executive terminal. So that's just the information on what level you're currently on and just stuff that you need to know. This is the graphic user interface of toggling walls. You also can rotate the camera. I have actually never used this. I didn't rotate it whatsoever in my games. All I do is just deal with it and lower the walls. So that's a completely aesthetic choice, up to you, and I'm glad that people have that. Up here you have power. As you can see already by the mouse over, hijack consoles to acquire power, use power to run programs in the mainframe. So we're not just two characters, we're two playable characters, but the characters are being overseen by an AI known as Incognita. And you can click on this to go into incognita mode. Or, if you like keyboard shortcuts, it's your space key. And the switch between characters, it's tab. I thought it was tab at first, but it's your space key. So you go into this mode, and then you've got different abilities that Incognita has. But hold that thought. We're not going to talk about that just yet. So, you'll notice there are a couple other things around here. You've got you can click between these. So, as always, Klei does an awesome job on making their user interfaces very tight, very accessible, easy to understand. You'd figure this out on your own with no problem, but I'm just going to explain it to you because I like to assume that not everyone can figure things out on their own. So, there you go. You have the augments. These are neural or biological upgrades that your agents get, and you get to upgrade and install new ones and install new slots, so your agents are fairly customizable in that regard. So you can click on that. I've never really used this in the field, but hey, better to have that option than to not have it at all. Then you have the items, the inventory that your character has, and hopefully we'll be able to pick up a couple items, but as you can see, you got 3 slots. After I think you can pick up more than those 3 slots, but if you do, you're gonna suffer ability point reduction. But again, we'll talk more about that in a bit. Now you have this attack key, which only works when you have a ranged weapon, obviously. You have ambush. This is very useful. If you do this, if somebody was to approach him, he would ambush them, but they would need to stand directly by them. If a guard came around here, Decker wouldn't have time to ambush him. The guard would pull his gun on him. But that just comes in time and you get experienced with that. And then you have peek, which this will be a skill that we'll use next turn to look around and through doors. Now then, looking at power. We need some more power. We'll hijack the console. We gained 1 power. Now that's 1 additional power for Incognita to use. And And these are the abilities that Incognita has. Whoops, I just used one. You have a rewind button over here, which will let you go to the last turn that you made. Save these for when stuff goes really, really wrong for you. It moves one turn back. One full turn normally, so you wouldn't want to use it on the first one. And then end turn to indicate that you're done. So, let's see here. We just used fusion, which costs a lot of power, but you gain 3 power each turn. So this is very useful, especially in the beginning. I didn't know what I was doing with this. So I relied on running around and plugging into all these consoles to get my power. When first turn, you should really use that move. And then you can use this move, which will then hack firewalls. So that's a corporate safe. Let's hack that one. And that's another corporate safe. That's a nano fabricator. That'll give you items. You need to hack it before you access it. We're not going to worry about any of that. Okay, so we've covered all that. Let's go over here and end turn. All right. So that's about to explain it for us. So you'll notice now that the security level has increased. This isn't anything to worry about right away, but as the level increases, more guards will be summoned, firewalls will be increased. What's happening, lore-wise, is as your agents are in the level, the guards are detecting Incognita, and as that happens, the security level increases. And once you reach level 2, then stuff starts to happen. Level 1 is a freebie. You don't need to worry about it then. So, getting back on track, what we have here. Internationale can actually hack wirelessly, so we should have used her to hack anyway, so she can actually hack through walls. It's a good skill to have. So let's go this way. Now, what we could do is we could just open up the door and run in. You're punished heavily for doing that. Never open a door. Always look through it first. So you peek. Okay. Doesn't look like anyone's in there. Open the door. Peek again. Okay. There was a chance a guard could have been hiding around this corner. We didn't know that. We didn't know. So let's get that. And now what if a guard comes through here and walks here? We don't know where the guards are right now. So let's set to ambush just in case something happens. Alright, same thing here. Peek. I don't see anybody, but that doesn't mean somebody's not around the corner here. Open the door. Peek. Let's go in here. Close the door. Move. Let's peek in here. Okay. Let's peek here. And so there's some red. That can be a... I think that's a security guard because it turns yellow here. So there's a security guard somewhere around here that we can't see. So let's end turn. I'm gonna hit enter. All right, that guard has moved somewhere. Don't know where. Let's go around here. So just to show what a bad idea, let's just open. Okay, nothing bad happened that time, but that's a risky thing to do. But you get 1 extra ability point for doing that, so sometimes that's what you want to do. Okay, there's no point in being in this room because there's this laser grid here, so we're not going to go through there. However, Decker should go over here. Look. Okay, that's a security camera. 2 security cameras and 1 console. There's no point in going into that room whatsoever. We're not going to get anything in there. Internationale can hack it wirelessly, so there's no point whatsoever. We just don't need to go in there at all. Okay, let's run over here. Check in here.
Executive terminal is the large device with the simplified controls.
So that's the quest item that we need to go get. We need to go and hack that terminal. But how you go about doing that, you might want to go for it immediately, or you might want to try to scout a bit more. Like said, we have 2 more turns until stuff starts to get a little bit serious. So we should use this time effectively. Nothing else is in that room. Let's move on and check in here. This one is maybe worth... I don't know. We'll open this door and scout in here and see if there's anything to see in here before we actually commit to hacking anything. You can hack a security camera and that'll let you walk in the area. If I was to walk in the red area, that would increase the security level and potentially summon guards to that room. So it's a bad idea all around. That being said though, our power almost maxed. Once it maxes, you're not getting anything anymore. But we should use that, so that'll lower the power level a little bit. And then let's hack this, hack that, which then lets us access through there, which is unfortunate. We're not going to use that anymore. Let's hack that. Now we have our power a little bit lower, and it's going to increase over time. Okay. Let's sneak in here. All right. And let's open the door.
Did you see
Uh-oh. So, we couldn't see that guy. Let's do that. Close the door. So there's a risk if he walks in here, he may look in that direction. So we didn't close the door behind us. That was a mistake. So instead, we need to go like this. Okay. So we could set to ambush, but the guard is only going to walk this far. So let's sneak around this corner here. And let's end turn. It's a very tedious game, very slow going. You need to be very deliberate in your moves. This is very much a strategy game as much as it might be considered a stealth game. So now what we can do, you can see this guy, so we can observe him. And okay, he's going to start patrolling. So that was a patrolling route. So that was just kind of bad luck on our part. He's going to go back through that door, and that would be a good time to sneak in there. But what's in here? A safe? Maybe I want the safe, maybe I don't want that safe. So now, alright, we got to security level 1. Now you'll see that some additional security cameras are coming online. This is the price to pay for doing so. Let's hack that one first. And then get this safe. Alright. Now, there's something that we could do with Deckard if we wanted to. We could run up here, KO, and knock the guard out for 3 turns. However, it's easier for you if you don't alert guards, so I'm not going to. When I started out, I was knocking people out left and right. The problem is that once you knock somebody out, once they become conscious again, they go looking for you, because they know something knocked their butt out, so they're going to go find you. So it's not a good idea at all to do that. But we are getting to a point that we are going to want to get the information here before anything bad happens. Generally, once you hack and access that console, things start to get a lot more complicated and you need to evac as soon as possible. Alright, but we have somebody here, so Deckard will do that. This is another thing that I struggled with the game, is trying to figure out when I should split my characters up and when I should have them together. And generally, splitting up is a better idea, but the problem is that when you split them up, there's more area for the guards to cover and they're more likely to find you. If you have both your agents in one room, they're less likely to be discovered, but you have less ability to be able to move around. So generally speaking, it's best to have your heroes, your agents, around as much area as possible. Let's hack that. Let's grab this. And I like being around that corner, because I think we saw somebody over here at one point, so there's a very high chance someone's going to walk through here again and spot her. So let's hit enter again. We're on turn 7. Yep, there it is. Oh, that's something. If you mouse over and you see the heart alarm, heart monitor. The alarm is increased if this unit dies. Also, if you punch him out, it will also increase it. So an even more incentive not to go around punching that guy around, because that's going to increase and rapidly escalate the security level. And you do not want that. You want as little to do with that as possible. Okay, power supply. That is the way we probably need to go. Let's wirelessly hack that. Now, it wouldn't hurt to grab this security camera. Now you can see this guy. This guy's not going anywhere. There's no point whatsoever in us even trying to get that safe unless I want to knock that guy out, which maybe I do. Depends on how close we are to the exit. So this is where it's just a tough choice. You have to figure out what you want to do, how you want to react to the different situations that you're given. Sitemap. Got it.
You've got it.
Our objective
Great.
is done.
When
Now
you
we want to
activate
get
that
out of here.
terminal, it sent out an automated message to
This
change
lady's
up the
name is
guard
Central,
duty.
apparently.
Be prepared for new patrol patterns.
Okay. Oh boy. Okay, so new patrol patterns. This guy specifically is already moving. Since we examined his movements, he's gonna go that way, which might put International in jeopardy. That would be bad. We could move here, but we'll see. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. I guess he's going that way. Oh boy. So, this is how the guards would behave if you knocked them out. Uh-oh. See, I called it. So there's a couple things we can do. Oh no, this is really bad. So, this would potentially be a time when you would want to rewind. But we're going to just go with it. We're going to see how far we can get into this game until something bad happens. Again, we're on a higher difficulty. So there's several different things you can do. You could try to duck behind cover, but as you can see, I could duck behind here and I'd lose them both. But if she moves anywhere else, she will die immediately when they are in Overwatch. Or Watched. Whatever it was called. Let's see if we can bring Decker in here. No, I don't have enough ability points to reach him. That's inconvenient. Okay, let's go here.
Damn it, they got away.
What, can he see me? He can't see me, can he? Yeah. Oh, that's bad. This is really bad. Let's ambush. Maybe that'll help. We'll try this one. We have a rewind. We'll rewind if it doesn't work. Okay, so we got that person. The reason why that was a big deal is that if you were gonna punch him and that guy was in Overwatch position, you would be shot immediately.
Damn it, they got
So okay, we
away.
lost him. Let's go. Ah, we don't want to do that. Okay, how are we going to do this? Hack that. Let's do this. And let's move here. So we picked up a key card from that guy. He's going to go around that corner. I'd rather us move faster, but we can't. Let's hit enter. Move on.
Looking around.
Okay, so we got 2 more turns until that other guy wakes up. Let's sneak in here. So we can unlock this door now. Get in. Close. But that door is now unlocked, so now the guards could also follow us through. We also can trade between them, but as you can see, you don't want to have the encumbered slots. You can carry more, but definitely not something you want to try to do lightly. Okay, let's go this direction. We can peer through. Good, that guard is patrolling, so he's going to go somewhere else. Otherwise, this whole venture would be for naught. Alright.
We're investigating the scene.
This guy should be waking up here any second. Not yet. Next turn. Good. Alright, let's open this one. We're going to take the risk and just go in. Alright, let's close this door. Slows him down just slightly. Alright, in case that guy comes out here, let's ambush him. There's the exit. Perfect. So now we can be a little bit more risky in this.
Investigating.
See, he's off on the wrong part of the building, and we're at security level 2. Alright, we knocked his butt out. Let's see here, what do we have? We don't need another pass card. Why would we want that? Decker is the one that I like to move around with the most because he's got that awesome invisibility cloak. Incognito get here. Good. International, rather. Alright, let's steal from here. So in the early levels when it's easier, you want to try to rob the place blind as much as possible. If I can get over here to get that as well, that would be perfect. Now you can also hack other things like the console database. This will show where the other electronics are located. Kind of pointless for us to do it because we already had all that stuff, but what are you gonna do? Now let's drag this body. You'll see I keep saying Incognita. International has him pinned, so he is not going to be, that timer is not going to count down any, but it stops at that point. So there's nothing you can do, and if you tried to KO again, nothing else is going to happen. Actually, let's just demonstrate that right now. Let's try to KO. Nothing new happened. We didn't gain 6. Nothing changed. However, we do have a paralyzer dose, and we can't use that until we have anarchy at level 2, but we'll cover that again shortly. So we can't use that item yet, but that would actually let you stack unconsciousness counts on that character. Okay, so let's go back to trying to rob the place blind. You can't use certain items. Got it, good. Onwards to the next. Alright, this is gonna get to be a bit more sticky. Oh boy. We might want to just head out now, because now we got a higher level guard here. Let's drag the security guard. See if we can get him into this lift with me. Again, I'm gonna play on the risky side a little bit more. Just gonna take a couple more risks. I get really, really confident when I'm dealing with... Oh, they're going into that room. That's frustrating. I get really confident when I'm working with the modded cloak rig. Cloaking is my friend in this game. It has a long cooldown, but I really like using it. Alright, we'll see if we can get away with it. Uh-oh.
What was that? What was that?
Uh-oh.
What was that?
So, gotta knock him out first.
What was that? Investigating.
Close the door.
Hey, investigating.
Okay. He's gonna kick that door down. Which again, you just know how this works after playing long enough. Let's drag the security guard behind here. Which again, that whole thing could have been avoided had we just closed that door. So closing doors is really important. Now you can leave now, but that means that there's going to be a cooldown period before you can use the turbo lift again. Oh boy.
You can run,
We
scum,
barely get
but
out.
you can't hide. Investigating. Hey, you okay?
Oh boy.
What was that?
Oh boy. I don't remember if the difficulty lets us knock people out or not. So alright, gonna explain something else to you. If he comes around this corner right now, we can't KO him because you can't stack 2 bodies on top of each other. So we can't ambush. So we're pinning somebody right now, so our hands are full. We can't ambush anybody else. This is a particularly risky situation. Does this guy have his knockout? Nope, this is on cooldown for 2 more turns, so we can't do that. What I do think I'm going to do, because he's going to come around this corner, we should drag the security guard over here, drop him, go back here. No longer pinned, so that number is going to count. Ambush. This guy goes around here. We close that door. Alright, actually, let's make sure we can see out here too. Peek. Close. As you can see, I maintain my vision from doing that. That's another trick that I just picked up from playing for a considerable amount of time. Can track his movements, track his. We've used all our ability points, so we're actually going to be in pretty good shape. We won't know what's in that room, which is just a sad thing that we're going to need to accept. Why not? There's no point in keeping your power high. Your power resets at the end of the game anyway. Every game you join, you start out with 10 power, so nothing else to say. So, this guard will step out. International will knock his butt out. Unconscious. The number will count down to 2. Security level increase. The security level does max at 5, which then results in summoning a lot of different guards. There's a lot of consequences for it. The game is easier the less time you spend playing in this level, the easier it is. Alright, let's check him really quick. Then again, maybe he doesn't have anything. Guess he doesn't have anything. Let's leave. So we got what we could. This is about as good as a mission could get. There are no to my knowledge, there are no consequences for being spotted other than, you know, people judging you and you might have a lower score. Is there a score system in this? We'll find out in a second. The net worth. So there is like a cleanup. So if you killed people, there would be a cleanup price. You'd have to pay for cleaning up. Shows all the different devices that we hacked. We pretty much got all the safes, so we didn't lose out on anything. That room would have just had a security camera or nothing else that was significantly memorable. So we now can upgrade things. So I would like, this guy's already carrying 2 things. Let's upgrade her anarchy. Now if you upgrade, as you can see, it's going to cost you more the higher you upgrade. So can we upgrade? Can't max anything. Each one has a different advantage. Speed lets you move, have more +1 movement when you're trying to move around in the map. That's very useful. I love it very much. Hacking, again, International is very good at hacking in general, so the perks for hacking with her are just totally natural. The reason she can spot things through walls is this wireless emitter augment that she has. Strength will let you carry more items, and like says, improved drag speed. Anarchy, we want Anarchy 1 at least to be able to use this paralyzer so that when people are knocked out, you can increase that for 2 more turns. And increasing how long somebody's knocked out, like you can wait then 6 turns as it says for its cooldown. You can wait 6 turns and then do that again, and do that again, and do that again, and have somebody knocked out for 10 turns. If you do that enough, or if you stack them or have multiple items, because there's only 1 cooldown. So if you added another item, another paralyzer, you could keep on using both paralyzers, and then that would have an individual cooldown, if that makes any sense. But you don't want to spend all your credits. You might want to buy an upgrade for something. So now we get a variety of different types of mission to choose from, and we're going to wrap it up here. There's not much else that I want to share. You get the idea of the gameplay just from that one mission. We covered pretty much everything that there is. There's a lot of nuances that you learn and get familiar with. There is a limited amount of time. Once you reach, I don't know what day it is, but once you've reached the 60 hours, you then do the final confrontation, which again is very similar to XCOM. So you reach the final confrontation. Once you reach the final confrontation, you go there and you hopefully have enough stuff, whether it be saving different agents, which would be at the detention centers, or by upgrading your current agents to a maximum amount. Sky's the limit as far as what you want to do, and it's just getting and using the resources to the best of your ability. Be it having more people to work with, which that's not how I beat my first game. I beat my first game by upgrading my 2 agents to their max and then using them very well. So that's how I beat my first game, but again, it was on an easy difficulty, so what are you going to do? Alright, whoops, that's that button again. I keep doing that. This is the button that I was talking about that you can go here. Oh, here we go. This is where you can buy things from this guy called Monster. Got a hand cannon, gun, head has ammo, no armor piercing, so armored targets are not going to be affected by this, but if you want to kill people, you can. Killing means they're not going to come back, but it will also increase, it'll increase your wanted level, your security level. Let's go back to the main menu. Actually, let's fail and see if there's anything to see from this. So, okay, let's jump in and then abandon the game. So that's how you pretty much just give up and fail. I think I've unlocked everything, so this might not work. But let's do it. Alright. No. Retire agency. Okay. Got it. We did awful. Alarm level 1. Nothing got done. Alright, we lose. Alright. Nope, we're at the cap. So what happens is this shows you missions completed. Missions completed. You get more for the higher level missions that you get done. You gain experience, which then lets you unlock additional characters. And then also programs that Incognita also has. So I don't think there's much else to explain. You got the different difficulty modes. Expert Plus, which Expert is very different. You don't see the red indicating where it is. You have less rewinds. Expert Plus, high danger zones if you can't see the source. That's the one that I played. That's where you have to be especially slow and careful when you're going around areas. Endless just keeps on going. You just keep on going until you lose. Endless Plus, it's at the highest difficulty. Time attack I thought would be really hard to do because you have 2 minutes. I'm like, I can't finish a mission in 2 minutes. Turn-based, it takes forever. You have 2 minutes to make your turn. So there's a timer that shows up and you have to get through there. I almost won. I got to the final level, and again, that final level is a doozy, man. It'll mess you up. Then custom, if you want to play with your own rules and adjust it to however you want. Something that I did, which I thought would maybe help me get through like expert, is if I cranked up like 99 rewinds remaining. I don't think it worked. I don't remember it exactly. There's not much else to say about the game. I worked on trying to get as many achievements as possible, but there are just too many difficult achievements in this game, and I don't feel like putting in the time to get all of them. One of the achievements actually requires you to go into the data files and, quote, hack the game. I followed a guide. I'm not that clever. But it was a very fun and cool achievement that you would get it in the game, and is in keeping with the theme of hacking, cybersecurity, cyberpunk, stuff like that. But this video is probably drawn on long enough. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Atratzu, and stay tuned for future My Thoughts videos. This has been Invisible Ink. Check it out. See you next time.